Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु
हरे
जी।
कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Dandavat pranam. Okay, let's start. Hare Krishna. Welcome to all Bhagavatam discussion. Let's start with the prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टकी मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुदीनतारिणं चैतन्यमीश्वरम् ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणी जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा welcome all for Bhagavatam discussion. So today is 31, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Who is going to read? Whom is allocated? Please read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Aman.
It's allocated to me. All
Okay.
right. Prasantam asinam akuntha medhasam munim nrupo bhagavanto bhyupetya
Abhute.
pranam abhu abhupetya pranamya murdhavanvitah kritsjalir natva gira sunrutya pravachat. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. The sage Sri Sukadev Goswami sat perfectly pacified, intelligent, and ready to answer any question without hesitation. The great devotee Maharaja Parikshit approached him, offered his respect by bowing before him, and politely inquired with sweet words and folded hands. Purport. The gesture now adopted by Maharaj Parikshit of questioning a master is quite befitting in terms of scriptural injunctions. The scriptural injunction is that one should humbly approach a spiritual master to understand the transcendental science. Maharaja Parikshit was now prepared for meeting his death, and within the very short time of 7 days he was to know the process of entering the kingdom of God. In such important case, one is required to approach a spiritual master. There is no necessity of approaching a spiritual master unless one is in need of solving problems of life. One who does not know how to put questions before the spiritual master has no business seeing him, and the qualifications of the spiritual master is perfectly manifested in the person of Sukadeva Goswami. Both the spiritual master and the disciple, namely Sri Sukadeva Goswami and Maharaja Parikshit, attained perfection through the medium of Srimad Bhagavatam. Sukadeva Goswami learned Srimad Bhagavatam from his father Vyasadeva, but he had no chance to recite it. Before Maharaja Parikshit, he recited Srimad Bhagavatam and answered the questions of Maharaja Parikshit unhesitatingly, and thus both the master and the disciple got salvation. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki
Prabhupada ki
jai.
jai.
So he says, Sage Sukadeva Goswami sat perfectly. Now we know the background. When Sukadeva Goswami arrived there, all the sages stood up and requested Sukadeva Goswami to take Vyasasan, even though he is youngest among all of them. But still, because of his stature, because of his position, they gave him that position of Vyasasana to speak Bhagavatam or to answer the questions of Parikshit Maharaj. So he sat on the Vyasasana and the great devotee. So there's a combination of speaker and listener, or the spiritual master and disciple. Spiritual master Sukadeva Goswami, the speaker is Sukadeva Goswami, listener Parikshit Maharaj, disciple is Parikshit Maharaj. And Parikshit Maharaj started asking questions. That too, he says, offer with his respect, bowing before him and politely, with the sweet words, folded hands, inquired. Krishna also says, Tadvidi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya padekshanti te jnanam tattvadarshinaha. He says that one disciple should approach a spiritual master with the humble mood and by serving. Tadvidi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya. One should ask questions, but with the serving mood. We have to serve the spiritual master and then with the very humble mood ask questions. Not to test the spiritual master, not to see how much he knows. That is not the intention. So here Prabhupada says that the gesture now adopted Parishad Maharaj is a perfect gesture, and he says one should humbly approach a spiritual master to understand the transcendental science. The approaching spiritual master not for anything else. Today so-called gurus, they solve all their political problem, their business problems. The politicians go to the gurus as sannyasis, ask when I'll become chief minister, when I'll become minister, when I'll become MLA, or what is my future. That's their questions. Prabhupada is very clear here. He says for that case, you don't go to spiritual master. So one should approach spiritual master to understand the transcendental science. And Prabhupada further says that one who want to solve the problems of life, only good. What are the problems life? Prabhupada says that Janma Mittu Jara Vyadhi. Then maybe Adi Bhautika, Adi Atmika, Adi Devika. These are the 7 key problems. If anybody want to solve this problem, mainly Janma Mittu Jara Vyadhi. Because one want to stop the rebirth or Punarapi Janana Punarmaranam, then they should approach a spiritual master. Not to ask for any wealth or not ask for any position or not ask anything material. That is not the purpose. One who does not know how to put the questions before spiritual master has no business seeing. Going to spiritual master, asking when my daughter will marry, when my son will get a job, when that problem is solved, when this problem is solved. This is not the question to be asked by spiritual master. Spiritual master is that why I am not able to do my bhakti properly. What can I do? What is that challenge I am facing? How do I solve? So that my real problem, Janma Mittu Jara Vyadhi, I can solve it immediately. That's where spiritual master helps. That's where we should approach a spiritual master. That's why Prabhupada says, and the qualification of spiritual master is perfectly manifested in the person of Sukadeva Goswami and the disciple is Parikshit Maharaj. Prabhupada says that both spiritual master and disciple, namely Sukadeva Goswami and Maharaj Parikshit, attained perfection in the medium of Bhagavatam. So the Bhagavatam is the medium of question answer, Sukadeva and Parikshit. And inside there are so many other questions. Now we are discussing Suta Goswami or Shanuka Rishi and sages of Naimisharanya asking Suta Goswami. And so many other questions like Vyasadeva asking Narada Muni. Even after doing so much work, I written Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas, but I'm not happy. I'm not contented. Why? So Narada Muni gives us solution that yes, you have done so much. You have written so much scriptures, but you have not done what you are supposed to do. You are actually wasted your time. You are not written Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why Parishad Maharaj says. Similarly, so many other discussions. Like Yudhishthira Maharaj approached Narada Muni when Shishupala's body or Shishupala's soul entered Krishna's body. Yudhishthira Maharaj asked, what is this? What's happening? He is such a notorious person. He is a demon. But still, how Krishna did this? So there are a lot of discussion. In Bhagavatam is full of question answer. Even later, Dhruva Maharaj's discussion or Prahlad Maharaj's discussion, all question answers. So even Bhagavad Gita also, we all know that question answer, Arjuna and Krishna. So here we should develop a mood of a disciple like Parishit Maharaj. And we should approach a spiritual master like Sukadeva Goswami or one who's a parampara of Sukadeva Goswami. When we go with that humble mood, yes, Krishna will arrange. By Krishna's mercy, we'll get pure spiritual master. Pure spiritual master's mercy will get Krishna. So this is the combination. Yasya prasada bhagavat prasada, yasya aprasada nagatiha kutopi. So when we disobey the orders of spiritual master, we lose everything. Nagatiha kutopi, everything lost. So we should be very, very careful not to disobey the orders of spiritual master. So there are instructions given directly, or there are generic instructions like those who take an initiation get direct instruction that chant 16 rounds, follow four regular principles, and help Srila Prabhupada's movement. These are the direct. But there are so many indirect instructions each spiritual master may give, depend time, place, circumstance. But whatever it is, we should always try to keep up our promise to our spiritual master, keep up our chanting and sadhana, so that our real problem of life we are able to solve it. Because no other problem is the real problems. The real problem is solving Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi. That is the real problem. That's where nobody wants to touch about it. Nobody wants to talk about it. But that is a real problem. We need to solve that. Okay, we'll read 32. Who will read 32? If not allocated, anyone read, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Go ahead. No problem.
Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam 1.19.32. Parikshit Uvacha Aho Adya Vayam Brahman Satsevaya Kshatra Bandavaha Kripaya Titi Rupena Bhavadeshtirtakah Kritaha. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Translation. The fortunate king Parikshit said, O Brahmana, by your mercy only you have sanctified us, making us like unto places of pilgrimage, all by your presence here as my guest. By your mercy, we who are but unworthy royalty become eligible to serve the devotee. Purport. Saintly devotees like Sukadeva Goswami generally do not approach worldly enjoyers, especially those in royal orders. Maharaja
Aprudra.
Prataprudra was a follower of Lord Chaitanya, but when he wanted to see the Lord refused to see him because he was a king for a devotee who desires to go back to Godhead. Two things are strictly prohibited worldly enjoyers and women. Therefore, devotees of the standard of Sukadeva Goswami are never interested in seeing Kings Maharaja Parikshit, as of course a different case. He was a great devotee, although a king, and therefore Sukadeva Goswami came to see him in his last stage of life. Maharaja Parikshit, out of his devotional humility, felt himself an unworthy descendant of his great Kshatriya forefathers. Although he was as great as his predecessors, the unworthy sons of the royal orders are called Kshatriya Bandhavas, or the unworthy sons of the Brahmanas are called Jujabandhus or Brahmabandhus. Maharaja Parikshit was greatly encouraged by the presence of Sukadeva Goswami. He felt himself sanctified by the presence of the great saint, whose presence turns any place into a place of pilgrimage. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, Maharaj Parishit, fortunate Maharaj Parishit said, O Brahmana, by your mercy only you have sanctified us, making us like unto the place of pilgrimage. So here the great sages, the pure devotees coming to our place or giving us darshan, it is our favor. Actually, he is not getting any favor. It is for us. So any pure devotee visiting our house or anywhere we are taking darshan, that is a great blessing for us. See, Parishad Maharaj is saying that it's good fortune for us. And he says, because of your presence, the whole place become pilgrimage. And by your mercy, here are my guests. By your mercy, we are but unworthy royalty. This is the most important point. He says, I'm unworthy royalty. The opulences, the king, or positions, or the wealth, he says, unworthy. Because for becoming a devotee, all these qualifications are required. The Janma, Aishwarya, Shruta, Shribhi, Kunti Maharani also says these four things are unfortunate people. Parishad Maharaj himself saying, because of my royalty is unworthy. Today, if you see the so-called Swamis or so-called spiritualists, go behind the politicians or go behind the big business people. If there is some big program at a big businessman, politician's house, big Swamis, they go. I mean, there could be various reasons, but that is not the etiquette. Here, Prabhupada quoting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. King Prataprudra was not ordinary king. He was a great devotee. I mean, he was hankering to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in all respect because he was a great devotee of the Lord Chaitanya. But still, Mahaprabhu did not wanted to see him at all. Many devotees, Raya Prataprudra or Sarup Damodara, Nityananda Prabhu, all these devotees went and pleaded with the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, please give your darshan to King Prataprudra. He is really hankering. But Mahaprabhu said, he is a Vishai, he is a materialist. I will not see him. I mean, see the another part of it. The Ramananda Rai, who was a governor of King Prataprudra. I mean, Prataprudra was ruling Orissa in that area. And south, the Madras, was under King Prataprudra only, and Ramananda Rai was a governor. When Mahaprabhu came to south near Godavari, he saw Ramananda Rai. Mahaprabhu went and embraced him. See, he's also materialist. But see the here position is that is the mercy for Ramananda Rai comes so fluently. And there discussion happens. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asking Ramananda Rai, tell me more about pure bhakti. There are a lot of different stages, talk about Varnashram Dharma. He talks about so many things. And finally he comes to the pure bhakti like Gopi Bhava. So there Mahaprabhu asking Ramananda Rai. So, but here for Prataprudra, he says no, because he's a king, he's a materialistic. Prabhupada says that as sannyasi, one should be very careful not to have association with worldly enjoyers and women. So, opposite sex and worldly enjoyers, materialist people. So, King Prataprudra done all the effort to take darshan of the Lord. Finally, when so many people requested, Mahaprabhu said, if you request again, I will leave Jagannath Puri. I will not stay here. So they stayed back. Then they again pleaded, okay, you don't want to see King Prataprudra. At least give a darshan to his son. Son is not become king yet. So Mahaprabhu agreed. And in that interaction, the Mahaprabhu gave one of his cloth as a Mahaprasad to son. And that in turn came to King Prataprudra. King Prataprudra was so happy. So happy that, okay, finally I got something, Mahaprasad of Mahaprabhu. Later, when during Jagannath Rath Yatra happens, king comes in front of Lord Jagannath and sweeps the road. Seeing this, Mahaprabhu felt, yes, he is not an ordinary king. He is a king, but at the same time a devotee. But did not happen anything. And that day, after Rath Yatra, when everybody is tired dancing, Mahaprabhu also went to the garden, was taking rest in the afternoon. That's the time King Prataprudra, removes all the opulent jewelries, dresses. He put ordinary Vaishnava dress and went and did massage of lotus feet of Mahaprabhu and started singing Aho Bakhiya, the Srimad Bhagavatam. Hearing this, Mahaprabhu stood up and he said, who is this reminding me of Gopi? And then embraced King Prataprudra. So King Prataprudra got the darshan of the Lord by doing a menial service, not as a king. So Prabhupada here talks about Kshatriya Bandhu or Kshatra Bandhus, one who born in a Kshatriya family, but they are not doing Kshatriya work. And Brahma Bandhu, one who born in a Brahmani family, but they are not doing Brahmanic work. So these four varnas and ashramas, not by their birth, the varnas, it is by their karma. Chatur, you know, Jan, I said, Chaturvarnya Maya Srishta Guna Karma Vibhagasha. So this four Vibhaga is done based on their birth, not by birth, by Guna and Karma. So Prabhupada talks about just because somebody born in a Brahmana family, it doesn't become Brahmana, it just become Brahma Bandhu. He's a relative of Brahmana. Kshatra Bandhu, he becomes a relative of Kshatriya, but he's not a Kshatriya. Kshatriya means he has to do the Kshatriya work. Brahmana means he has to do that Guna and Karma. He has to do that work. Okay. That three.
I'll read, Prabhuji. It was allocated to Lakshmi Mataji. I'll read. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Text Srimad Bhagavatam 1.19.33. Yesham samsaranat pumsam sadya shuddyanti vagriyah kim punardarshana sparsha padashau sanjadibihi. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Simply by our remembering you, our houses become instantly sanctified. And what to speak of seeing you, touching you, washing your holy feet, and offering you your seat in our home? Purport. The importance of holy places of pilgrimage is due to the presence of great sages and saints. It is said that sinful persons go to the holy places and leave their sins there to accumulate, but the presence of the great saints disinfects the accumulated sins, and thus the holy places continue to remain sanctified by the grace of the devotees and saints present there. If such saints appear in the homes of worldly people, certainly the accumulated sins of such worldly enjoyers become neutralized. Therefore, the holy saints actually have no self interest with the householders. The only aim of such saints is to sanctify the houses of the householders, and the householders, therefore, should feel grateful when such saints and sages appear at their doors. A householder who dishonors such holy orders is a great offender. It is enjoined, therefore, that a householder who does not bow down before a saint at once must undergo fasting for the day in order to neutralize the great offense. So here it is being told that a place becomes a holy place like Ganges or any of these holy places. When sinful people like us go, the place gets filled with the sin of the people, impure devotees like us or like me, then what happens is, where how does those places become again purified, so that it keeps generating purity for the devotees who keep coming, because the saints and the sages go and they purify. Their presence is so, their aura is so powerful, and their purity and their bhakti is so high, that their presence purifies such holy places. And then like they tell that the Ganga keeps waiting that when sages and saints will come and wash their feet in her water, because Ganga gets fed up of matlab, she doesn't get fed up, but she's filled with sins of accumulated sins of all devotees like me and all. But when saints go to her feet and then they take away all the sins, and the water gets purified, and again she is ready to take more sins of all the devotees. So here also it is told likewise. So when the holy places get purified, imagine how much it is grateful for a householder to have a presence of a saint in his house. So when such a saint visits our house, we should consider it as our good deeds or a good destiny that the Lord has tried to bestow his blessings through the saint to in our house. So this is what here Parikshit Maharaj is telling, that we seeing such a saintly person like you, Shukadeva Goswami, I am purified, and touching you, washing your holy feet, and offering your seat in our home. Oh, that itself is a very matlab big good fortune bestowed on me, because you such a holy person is come to my place to shower his blessings on me. So whenever a person, a holy saint or a sage comes, we should show our respect, bow to him and all. And if we don't show the respect, then it will be considered as an offense. And to do prayashchit for that offense, the person should fast for 1 day. That's what is given here, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
No, thank you, Mataji. So, as a practice devotees, yes, definitely when sages comes, we should welcome them. But generally, sages will not come also unless we invite them, because they are not after us. We should go after them. So we have to invite them. The many sannyasis, many pure devotees are coming to Bangalore. How many of us inviting them to our house? Or because that desire should be there. Otherwise, they will not come. Why should they come? Unless we have little, kind of sukriti, they will not come. So I should have the strong desire. How can I serve them? How can I take their instructions? So I should really invite. I should eagerly wait. Who is coming? Or how can I invite great personality? This should be the mood. Every day I should have somebody as a guest. That is the mood of Grasta. That should be the mood of Grasta. Because that mood nowadays, if you see, like forget sages, we don't invite guest, don't even invite anyone for our house. We are so busy, engrossed in our material things. We should try to come out, at least give some time, because that's the only way to purify our house. Otherwise, we are incurred sin. Our accumulated money, wealth, is all accumulated sin that let's get purified some extent. Here, Prabhupada quotes how all the holy places get sinful, like Mataji said now, because of the people like me are taking bath. Now, there's a story like when Nanda Maharaj wanted to take bath, so he went to, I think, I don't know, it's Kusuma Sarovar or which Sarovar, I don't know. So he saw at the early morning all the personalities there. Prayagraj is waiting there, Ganga is waiting there, all these great rivers are waiting there. Nanda Maharaj asked, what happened? What are you doing here? Then they said, all the sinful people has come and put the sin on us. We are coming here to get purified. They come into Vrindavan to get purified themselves so that they can go. Otherwise, their body is contaminated because of the sin of people like us. So similarly, we are accumulated so many sins, but when the pure devotees comes to our place, our house gets purified. So as a practice devotees, I should always have this desire. Yes, at least, forget daily, forget weekly, at least once a month, I should invite somebody. I should be able to serve them prasadam, serve them, give something, and see that change happens. These are the, Prabhupada Goswami also says Priti Lakshana. This is the how we should develop our practice. Otherwise, progress in bhakti is very, very difficult, not possible. We may do, what lip services. No, that's not going to improve unless I really do that. So I should eagerly wait. There are so many sannyasis. We can, maybe as a group, we can invite. Yes, let's invite some sannyasis. Let's host in somebody's house, 1 day, 1 week. There are possibilities. There are so many ways we can do. And see how whole atmosphere changes. I mean, being in a Gulf country, we had a good fortune because there is no temple there. And many sages used to come. And since there is no temple, we used to accommodate in different houses. And we had a good fortune of serving them and taking them, driving them. A lot of associations. See, the whole atmosphere was different. Especially, I remember when my Guru Maharaj used to come, at least 4 or 5 days. That was a big festival, you know, maybe hundreds of people every day, morning to evening. Yes, kind of a, full houses festival. Everybody is, and there is no distinction. Everybody comes, cooks, eat together. I mean, it's not our house, it's like a chatra. That how it happens because that one pure personality is there. Similarly, we can develop that. We can, do that because Bangalore is such a huge place. It's not like, and because temple is there, such sages, they stay in the temple. But if we really have desire, if we invite them, they may come. They may not stay all the days because grahasthas sometimes find it difficult, but at least they come for lunch or dinner. So, on some kirtan, katha, we should do that. We should regularly do that, not just in the center. We should invite them to the house. So, because then only the house gets purified. We all should practice that and try to do that. Hare Krishna. I'll stop here. Devotees can share some comments. Who want to start? Maybe Umar Shankar Prabhu. I'll start from the first.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So in the sloka what I read, Sukadeva Goswami is a great saint, and he is very desirable to see the devotees, not the kings, great kings. But Parikshit Maharaj, even though he is a king, he was a great devotee. So during his time of departure, Sukadeva Goswami comes to see Maharaj Parikshit Prabhuji. So this one, what the takeaway I can get is that we should always have a good association with the devotees.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Varsha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the class. So today last look, like invite someone to home. Nowadays after COVID, we are getting scared to talk also to someone and to get engaged with someone. That is the problem, Prabhuji. And today's takeaway is like I should be asking right questions to the spiritual master about Janma Mrityu and not how to improve bhakti and all, instead of asking for the materialistic nature. And I should ask the question to understand the thing and not to test the spiritual master. And based on this guna karma, one may attain their varnas and not by birth. That's what I understood, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
If we are not able to invite sages, at least the fellow devotees, we should invite each other to house. We should
Yes.
offer some prasad. I mean, that mutual relationship will build only when that. Keep some small programs. I'm just not telling you, I'm just generally.
Yes.
Everybody, all of us should do that. Call 2, 3 families. Maybe if required, they can all cook and bring. That's okay. But have together dinner or some kirtan, katha. See the changes. The whole atmosphere changes. Maybe we have Sridevi Mataji, who is there in Gulf. A kind of association we had, kind of a family get together we had. It's really wonderful. But after coming here, Bangalore, we're missing that. We are become all isolated. We are trying to big, but we are not able to achieve that. We should do that. We can one day we'll go to all can go to Koramangala, can have big picnic. Correct, no, Shruti Mataji?
Yes, Babuji. Yes.
But
We
you're
can.
not called, no? What can do?
Prabhuji, all of you, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, all of you, please come to Vizag.
You have to book
Huh?
a flight, chartered flight, Mataji.
I can chartered flight, I cannot. But
Yeah.
you all plan to
Yeah,
come. So many
definitely.
temples are there.
Yes.
You have seen, but all other devotees, they also can have a glab. We
Yes.
can visit beautiful, nice temples where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has visited.
True.
And all some years and many years ago, long ago, temples, Prabhuji, all.
True.
Bhimli, where Bhima uh, has stayed there, and
Correct.
Simhachalam, Annavaram,
Himachalam, Godavari.
Kurvakshetra, so many temples.
Yeah.
So all of you visit, Prabhuji.
How many of you interested
We'll
to go
have
to
nice
Vizag?
association.
Let's ask. Let's see how many of us interested to go to Vizag. Let's ask now.
If Sridevi Mataji comes here, no, we can come. We can try to come out of our home, Prabhuji.
Yeah. I think we should plan something. We just not talk, we should do something. Yes. Okay, Sumit Prabhu want to say anything?
Yeah, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare
So here in the first shloka, 31st shloka, it is given about how Maharaj Parikshit, he was facing imminent death, but he didn't panic, did not blame anybody or was not lamenting or he was not did not try to escape the curse, but he humbly inquired about life's ultimate purpose. So he want to hear about the Lord and his pastimes. So that is this is like the essence of a spiritual seeker, like one who want the highest goal of life. So that is the thing, and the scriptural injunction is also like how to approach a guru, like as you told, like 4.34. Tadvadi pranipadena pariprashnanam sevaya. So one has to approach a spiritual master and first serve him and then inquire from him submissively. So that is the way by which we have to approach a spiritual master. So Maharaj Parikshit followed the same principle. He surrendered and inquired and then listened with his full heart. And that was not some casual conversation, it was urgent inquiry. So one has to approach a spiritual master. Like it is written that there is no necessity to approach a spiritual master unless one is in need of solving the problems of life. So it is not some casual meeting with the spiritual master. Spiritual master, when we are meeting, then it has to be that urgent inquiry that we want to this highest goal of life to be fulfilled. For that, we are inquiring. And like a spiritual master is not for some argument or shallow guidance or some entertainment purpose or just for fashion. So spiritual master is a very big thing. It's an eternal relationship. So that is the thing in the first shloka. And ask some real questions like who am I? What is the goal of life? What happens after death? How can I reach God? So these are the questions which one has to ask. And what is the duty of man who is about to die? That is the question Parikshit Maharaj asked. And both are like Parikshit Maharaj and Sukdev Goswami are like the perfect example of a perfect disciple and a perfect guru. How guru should impart knowledge and how a disciple should receive the knowledge. And if you look at Shukdev Goswami, he is a self-realized soul from birth. He is detached, he's renounced, and he's immersed in absolute. Similarly, if you look at uh, Parikshit Maharaj, he is very eager to learn. He's free from pride, and he is observed in hearing without distraction. So these are the qualities of a disciple and a spiritual master. And again, the second shloka we see like how wise saints avoid kings and the enjoyers because association with them can actually contaminate. And we saw the example of how Mahaprabhu didn't want to meet King Pratap Rudra. And but Maharaj Parikshit was an exception because he was a different case altogether. He was a great devotee. He has renounced all the attachments at the right moment, and because of that, he fully becomes surrendered to the will of the Lord. Coming to the third one, last one, about the holy places, why holy places are truly holy. It is the spiritual vibrations that the saintly people live there. Because of that, the holy places are so powerful. We are going, like, at least I can say for myself that I'm going to purify my sins. But when the saintly persons are bathing in the river there, they are actually like we can say they are purifying the dham. So that is the like a secret for the holy places to be truly holy. And saints also visit householders for the householder benefit, to purify them, to give them some guidance. So that is the greatest blessing. If a saint is coming to our home, that is considered a greatest blessing. So the spiritual energy of the saint, the vibrations they carry, they actually transform even a household into a place of pilgrimages. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, this remembers we should have house programs. I mean, I was studying, no? So we should keep that at least. I mean, my humble request, at least once in 15 days, some at least these 4 5 families, we should meet together, have lunch or dinner, see the change of vibration. Lot of change will be there. Maybe I don't know who want to start with that. I think we should do that. That's what my humble. Sudha. Yes, Mataji. Go ahead.
This is in my mind since long time, Prabhuji. I will do it because now I know you are also busy. I thought soon after our Krishnashtami is my house, Prabhuji.
For a
One of
dinner, lunch, they're so busy.
one
Anywhere you have to eat.
one hour, one class we will have here only, Prabhuji.
Sure. Yeah, yeah. I mean, by rotation we can do. Then that change happens. That whole situation changes. Yes, Sudha Mataji, Sudhavati. Sudha Mataji, you want to say anything? No? Okay, Mariappan Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Amen, Prabhuji.
Text 31, one should humbly approach a spiritual master to understand transcendental science, and one should not ask for common life problems. One should may consider to ask the 7 life problems, birth and death cycle, elimination, and to improve devotional practice. When I disobey the spiritual master, I will lose the spiritual master. There are some this thing, power failure, so I could not exactly follow.
Yeah, I saw you holding a dark place with the mobile.
Text 32,
Yeah.
text 32, opposite sex, wealth, royalty, worldly enjoyment are unworthy and stumbling block in spiritual progress. And you were talking about Ramananda Rai, Mahaprabhu, Pratap, this
Rudra.
thing and all. Pratap Rudra. I could not this thing due to power failure. Kshatriya Bandhu and Brahmana Bandhu I could understand, Prabhuji. All Varnashrama Dharma is purely based on guna and karma, not by birth. Many of the this thing people are in the common practice. They are thinking that it is on the birth, so it is a wrong this thing. In fact, after entering in Krishna consciousness, I have completely understood it's only by guna and karma, and holy places are filled with sins and gets purified when saints and sages visit. Likewise, in a house, when saints and sages are invited, the visit of saints and sages, entire house and family members are purified. As practicing devotee, I should not indulge in Vaishnava aparat, especially with the saints and sages. Inviting the saints and sages must be practiced by practicing devotees and grihasthas to get purified. When pure devotees visit the house gets purified and they enable me to progress in spiritual and devotional practices. Association and serving them in the perfect is the perfect practice in bhakti, and the kirtan, kathas, and bhajan must be organized periodically to ensure the practice of progress of bhakti. That much I understood, Prabhuji.
Thank you,
We are
Prabhu.
keep on discussing, but I think we must put into practice all this thing.
Yes, Prabhu. Now, immediately. Don't delay that. Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Sudha Mataji. Yes.
Sorry, I got incoming calls, so I was not
No,
able to unmute during that times.
no problem, no problem.
May I, Prabhuji?
Yeah, but tell.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
So here, Parikshit, he surrenders himself to Sukadeva Goswami, and he asks questions not with ego, but he surrenders completely, and he asks questions to Sukadeva Goswami. Here, like Srila Prabhupada tells us, like how we have to approach our guru.
we have to be humble, not with ego, and not in the like state of to test his knowledge or something like that. So we should totally surrender, and to gain knowledge we have to approach our guru. That's how exactly Parikshit is. So, and also like Sukhdev Goswami is also very, he's a perfect guru, and he has good knowledge in answering all the questions of Parikshit Maharaj. And one should ask, one should be like, we should be eager to escape from this birth and death cycle, not to, ask for any job or any material things. We should not be after asking for material things. We should see how to get out of this life cycle, life and death cycle. That is the main thing. And second sloka, like he explains about the importance of guru's visit to our home, how it purifies and how it changes the environment in our home. Like in holy places, like all we commoners, we go there, and there are good people, bad people, and the place will get um impure. But by the visit of great devotees, gurus, the place will be purified. So this shows how powerful the gurus are, and how we should, when they come to our home, how we should respect them. And doing service, we should feel as an honor. It's a blessing to us if they visit our home. This should be the thing. That's what I understood, Prabhuji. Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Asha Mataji, anything to add?
No, Prabhuji, everybody covered. One thing came to my mind because, as you said, sannyasi visiting the house. In some of the paramparas, they have this. The
Correct.
sannyasis come and they call it as Guru Bhiksha.
Correct.
So that is also one of the thing which came to my mind. So yes, that's it, Prabhuji.
Sure. Okay, we'll end here. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhave च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय ग्रंथरा श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय हरे कृष्ण